Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are, and welcome to Requiem for London Chronicles, the City of Martyrs, Chapter 2. And we begin our scene in simple Hackney. The rain is beating down hard. The streets are filled with people rushing back home from work or heading out for the night. London is somewhat different. The air is no longer pure, the air is no longer happy, it is slightly tainted. Even the rain has a slight greasy quality to it. It's as if London is sinking back into its former self, as if the very air itself is toxic, dead, or dying. There have been many more of the enlightened opening around the city, including Hackney, as if a response to this sickness. Their offices house no longer just simple militia or hired help, the professional, trained individuals who are seeking to cure the apparent neurovirus that has been spreading, the blood virus that has been infecting people. Posters have spread throughout London and Hackney of warning anyone that's symptoms, anyone you've been acting strange and odd, please report. The virus itself is very dangerous, and this has been on TV, posters scattered all throughout London. And while this has all been going on, we zoom in on our character who has been examining these establishments, these offices, these outposts of the enlightened.
Yes, she has. Is it, honestly, is it the way that she's expected to? Is it reflexive action, like that she just wants to survive? I can't really be sure, but what is sure is that Emily fairly meticulously has been looking into it. She has almost a compulsion to do so. She wants to make sure that she knows exactly what's going on just around her in general. Not be caught off guard. As she's doing this, as she's now returning to a bit more mundane tasks, or very mundane tasks, she's relaxing. Oh, relaxing. She is returning her thoughts, her mind to a likewise depressing or frightful thing. She is terrified for a very good reason. The thoughts go to her, what shall we say, current situation and the rather direct and final ultimatum posed to her by her sire. She has to challenge, degrade, or in some way confront her blood brother, Jonathan, soon, as commanded to, or else she is going to meet final death. She's never had much choice in being selected or what she did, and maybe she's gotten weak, maybe she's gotten used to the fact that suddenly that she was, first of all, a member of not member of the council, but an agent of the council. But that she actually had some sort of choice now. Suddenly that choice is gone again. She has to do what she's told, when she's told, which is something she's not okay with, but very, very used to. And like a very, very loyal dog, she's, well, she used to be ready to do at a moment's notice without any second thought. But what is it about now? What is it about now that has, well, has her thinking of several things that could change this problem she has? Is she going to go ahead with hurting Jonathan? Perhaps. She is. She does need to. I mean, she can't go up against her sire. And then her thoughts revert back to this very brash meeting she had with her sire in the middle of the day, and how she began to think, maybe there is a way out of this that probably be more dangerous, but, well, maybe she doesn't have to do what he says. And maybe, just maybe, this is the thing that's been bugging her. Maybe her sire actually does want her to say no to him. She's always been cowed down like a beaten dog to him, always been loyal, always done what he said, but her sire does seem to value conflict, value, well, things going against each other. He seems to think that this creates something good. She has been thinking about that and quite a lot of other things. But right now, she needs to get some stuff for the gym, and she can at least focus on that for a couple of minutes at a time until the memory of the voice of her sire and just the oppressing, all-encompassing feeling of him being around just almost haunts her. Again, she shrugs it off and continues to just think of the rolls of paper and a lot of other things that she has to remember to get.
As you are walking and as these thoughts fill your head, you take a long route. Like you take the long route, the long path. You feel that you need to walk. You need time to think. And as you go, the rain is quite heavy. It's hitting very loudly on your hood, on your coat, whatever you're wearing, and on the pavement surrounding you. And as you move through the crowds, as you move through the groups, the tourists, the workers, the simple people going about their business in the night of London, and as you do this, something isn't right. You sense something like a call, like a pull from a distance. And it's very aggressive, very hungry. Not the pull of a blood sibling, not the pull of a brother or sister. This is a pull of something, a ghost, a creature of pure hunger coming to you. You haven't felt this before, but your beast seems to be aware of it. Your beast seems to know what it is and is on edge. How does your character react?
Emily will just stop and she will just go into the side and look as though she'll just go in on under some sort of cover to just look as though she's just checking her phone where it's not raining on her. But as she's doing that, she will just look around, look on the other side of the street, look down the street, and I don't know, as blunt as Emily is, well, she'll hide it a little, but yeah, yeah, she's clearly looking to see if she can see anyone looking at her or something.
You, as you look around the streets, the people that are walking past, you spot one through the crowd, through all the people that are there. You kind of spot this one shadowy figure, this one thing that's kind of looking at you. Again, that feeling, that sensation of hunger is emerging, is being broadcast to you. And as you look, you see this lone figure in the crowd staring at you from a distance. Its hands are kind of long, its fingers and claws long, its eyes slightly bright, and it sees you and it knows you can see it. There's a feeling between both of you, a sensation. A name is called, a memory is called, the sharing of blood, the sensation of horror and ecstasy at the same time, and hunger, pure hunger emanates from this creature.
Emily is slightly freaked at this point. She just stands there for a moment and just begins to along the wall, not like, but she's keeping fairly close to the wall, and she will just keep an eye on this thing and just slowly but steadily just make her way. And we'll watch, see, just see if this thing comes closer.
And as you kind of move, for a brief second, you move your head forward, you look back, and look forward again. And of course, the image, the individual just seems to disappear, seems to vanish. But then he reappears in a different part of the crowd. He's definitely following you now. And it's as if he knows where you're going. He knows where you're heading. It's as if he's your shadow now. He keeps just appearing just slightly behind you, always at the same distance, never too close, never too far, just always there. That hunger is just pulsing and it's getting stronger and stronger the further you move, the further you go.
She will get what she needs at the store as fast as possible. And she will just make sure that it doesn't get too wet. And she will just, again, keep a close eye on it, but she'll actually look for a cab.
And as you do, you go out the shop as this figure, this thing is sort of following you. And again, it's nearby. You can sense it. You can feel him, and it's that similar sensation of it's not a kindred, but something else. But never this close before, never this strong before. And you do try to hail down a cab, and as you kind of wave your arm out to hail it down, one of the black London cabs. This person just appears behind you. You sense him immediately as if he's trying to control himself. But then he looks to you and just simply says, I need to speak to you, Emily.
Oh, hi. Sure. She looks around and just kind of scratches her neck. She's got a pretty good idea of what this is about, but then again, well, this is a weird feeling because Emily has some certain subjects make her very uncomfortable. And what these two shared was not only blood, but something else that she normally doesn't talk to, well, anyone about, and especially not in public. So she's very unsure. But I was just about to go back to the gym. We could talk there, maybe?
No. There's no time. Just wait here. Just come in. He kind of gestures for you, the wall of the building. Like just need to speak to you for a quick moment. That's all. And
Sure.
okay.
And
Okay.
she just walks with him. Just says, sure. There's a corner here. So,
you both kind of go to like the side, an alleyway, just a simple entrance to an alleyway next to the supermarket, next to a building where you've got the supplies. There's a sort of a fence, and bins and rats, animals, rain. Not the best of places, but it's very hidden, very very secure. And he does not look well. He looks very. Uh, when you first met him, he was the healthy, sort of elite businessman, independent accountant type, gelled hair, sort of soft skin, manicured nails. But he looks really pale, very scratched and clawed. He's got bruises, what appear to be like infectious marks on him. And his hands, he seems to be covering them in this long coat, and as if he's hiding something about him. And this coat is obviously not his. It smells different from him. It smells like someone else's. And just because of your kindred senses and because you're close to him now, you instantly recognize he's not alive. He's dead. He has no heartbeat. He has no pulse. He has no life about him. There is no sensation of thirst from you on him. He is removed off the mortal coil, but yet there's such a connection you feel with him, such a bond, a sympathy that you've never felt quite so much before, except with Jonathan. And he's looking at you, and it's as if he's really trying to control himself. And as he gestures for you to go in this alleyway, he just simply says, "I need to know what happened. What's happening to me?"
Emily just looks a little confused at him and just says, look, what I did, like what we did, is one thing, but that doesn't cause you to, and she looks around, come a bit closer, and she whispers to him, it doesn't cause you not to have a heartbeat.
He just looks at you confused, going, No, I was just. And he kind of again feels his chest and checks his face, and again he realizes how cold he is now, how pale he is, and he's like, "No, I'm not." No, that's.
She leans forward and just whispers to him, I don't have a heartbeat either. I'm dead. But I didn't make you to what I am, okay? What happened after after in the last couple of weeks?
No. I left, and it was great. It was really great, and I tried to come back. twice, but you weren't there. They said you worked night shift or something, and
I do.
I still couldn't find you. You was busy. You was out or something, and then I stopped going into work, and then my sister kind of called some people, and then I acted a bit crazy. I admit I was kind of getting a bit obsessed, and she called some people, and then they took me somewhere. They took me away, and it's a fucking blur. I can't quite remember. Oh God, what happened to me? And he starts to he reveal his hands, and his hands have become quite claw-like, and you'd recognize this as a kind of a gangrel kind of claws that have emerged from his hands. But by the way, you do recognize as the more he's talking, the more you get to sense him. He is not a kindred per se. He's something less, something weaker than a kindred, a ghost of a kindred, a kind of
Like the people we found in that morgue.
It's exactly the same feeling, but a bit more powerful because it's more connected to you. The other creatures merely exuded a beast, but this is a beast that your beast recognizes. This is a beast of your making, as it were.
Emily just kind of sighs and just, okay, listen, I'm gonna try and help, okay? Like, but there's a lot of things I really didn't have time to explain, but I should explain. I'm not exactly sure what happened to you, but it's probably something to do with me, okay? You know what I am, yes?
I think I do. There's something in me, something part of me. I need something from you. I have to take something from you. It has to be done. I need it.
Right. Do you have to take it from me, or do you feel it around other people?
I already ate. Oh God, I ate my sister. I ate her child. I ate her kid. I ate my nephew. I didn't. Did I? I couldn't. That wasn't me. That was something else. Their
Look,
blood. Oh, it's so good. But I don't want your blood. No, I need something else from you. He's kind of, his mouth gets heavy. His eyes kind of glow slightly more bright, and it's as if something else is emerging from him now. I need it. I want it. I have to have
you
it.
need what?
Blood. Your soul. I need to be clan. I need to be formed. I need to be molded. You need to make me. Oh, I'll take you. It's as if he's snapping out of it almost, as if he's being taken over. And it seems as if he's putting a lot of will to try and restrain himself. Oh, hello?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of what Emily will do in response, actually.
Yeah, he's just simply, it's as if he needs something from you. And even your own beast can kind of recognize a sensation.
What does he? It's not her blood?
The way he's describing it and the way your beast is interpreting and feeling the impulse, this is like an unmade child in front of you. This is a person with the potential of being a kindred, but not a kindred. This is a vessel to be embraced. as it were, to be filled with your own essence, your own clan, your own blood, to give it true kindred form. It's like a half-made kindred, what appears in front of you.
With my creature, my beast, sorry, would this be like creating a new kindred? Just
Our character, rule-wise, yes, but your character, unfortunately, doesn't quite understand that. But it's the curse, it's the blood. It's just spreading. It wants to spread. It needs to spread. And this reverence, again, a kind of a word that appears in your head, feeling almost, and this person just simply wants to be complete, but a part of your beast is concerned at the same time. It's kind of, that is a process, but if not, then this is irreverent. This is something that will keep coming, keep finding, keep hunger and eat you. In a very primitive words, it speaks.
I can do this for you. I can make you like me.
Yes, that's what I want, but they knew that that's what they did. They did this to me. They let me go. Did they follow me?
Those motherfuckers. Emily just says something to that effect.
And he kind of pauses to sort of look around. And then at this point, he kind of looks to you, goes, you got to go. I can remember now. I remember what they did. They knew that I was, that I had you. I told them that I drank your blood. Then
they wanted me. You to find me. They can track me, and they're going to do it to others. Fuck me. Listen, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you.
They killed me. You got to get me out of here. And then, as he says this, he grabs you, and with this motion, suddenly, a bullet round, the sound of gunfire, the sound of a high-pitched noise, a sniper, a silent sort of bullet, and it simply goes straight through him, straight through his upper sort of level, straight through his chest. And he kind of reels back and kind of, he's still trying to grasp onto you.
Emily will,
wounded and weakened.
Emily will grab him over his shoulder, like fireman's grab.
Yeah.
And we'll begin to run off with him.
Okay, with your brawl and strength, I know that's pretty much fine. And as you grab him and reel him in, a few more shots hit around you. They scatter. And basically, the most obvious way away from the gunshot is towards down the alleyway, down the sort of more shadowy, more dark path. And as I'm assuming you will proceed down this alleyway with this person until you jump over the fence, and you kind of move down this alleyway. There's these sort of bins, doorways, people trying to dispose of waste and such, and it kind of leads quite far down. And as it leads down, that ever bright sort of, you feel yourself trying to push yourself, pushing your beast, pushing your powers, but that ever bright moonlight is shining down, biting down on your skin at the moment. And as you proceed further down, something will happen towards the end of the alleyway. But what's the character's thoughts and feelings and actions they wish to partake while running down this alleyway?
Emily is gone from the more uncertain Emily to the very practically oriented person. She's got a couple of objectives. There is a concerted plan to hunt us down using these revenants. That's probably why some people have stockpiled them, let's say. This is a giant problem, and I need to solve it. This guy needs to be... I need to talk with him because he can remember some of it, and I need to get it the fuck out of here. It's like this is one of the things that Emily is somewhat competent at. Thinking under pressure, from the many fights that she's been in, and other things. This she does quite well. So she's just making a mental note of just speak to him later, get out of here first priority, and then second priority is to make sure that they're not following anymore, and third priority is to talk to him somehow.
Okay, you proceed to you're thinking this logically. Your instincts kick in. That mindset kicks in. You run these down this alleyway, and you're thinking, secure the person, secure the information. Keep running. And of course, with your speed and your strength, you kind of dodge. You jump over these boxes, these bins, these gates, and other entrances that you sort of dive over, all while carrying this heavy individual with you. And as you proceed further down, whatever threat is behind you seems to get more distant. It's hard to see or recognize anything behind you. But as you proceed further forward, the alleyway kind of ends and leads to a sort of a car park, a back alley of these buildings, and it's this big, large car park. But as soon as you emerge in this car park, suddenly 3 figures are waiting there for you. 3 figures that you have sensed before, before. They kind of emerge behind the cars, and you cannot sense them. You can't feel them, you can't hear their heartbeats, you can't feel their presence, only the sort of silhouette of what they are. And you see before you 3 hunters, enlightened hunters, wielding these kind of machete, these sort of saber curved hunting swords, but they seem to sort of swivel around. The main one sort of speaks out quite loudly. Fallen for our trap, love. It's easy to spook the prey.
Well, sure. She just says, looking at him. You do realize that this guy really didn't do anything wrong yet, right? You made him do things that are wrong, right?
We never cursed him with the blood.
I didn't either.
You fed him. You caused him to be a monster, and we kill monsters.
Sure you do.
Why don't you have a look at the moon?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I like clouds, he just says.
A bit too bright for you, is it? All your kind will burn. She will come back and burn all of you. In the meantime, we'll do it for her.
Do realize that you're all fucked, right? Even if you win, you're fucked.
If that's the price to pay, we pay it gladly. We die for our cause. What about you, bloodsucker? Leech, what are you dying for tonight?
Oh, well, I'm not dying for anything tonight, but yeah, I'm, I've never really had much choice in this. I do what I have to survive. That's what I do.
May she grant mercy on your soul. Come, brothers, let's end this.
I'm guessing they're blocking, like, this is a car park, right?
It's a car park where you've got one in front of you, one to the left of you, one to the right of you. They've kind of encircled you. You don't know if there's anyone behind you, but you know that's where the gunshots came from. So leave that. But at the moment, the scene before you is this kind of a car park. It seems to have this raised fence or sort of a gate cut off sort of area. And there's these three in front of you. Sorry, one to your left, one to your front, one to your right. And these two large buildings are sort of behind you. But this is a scene before you, and you're both kind of waiting out to see who or what works first. So I think an initiative roll to represent whether you to see who goes first, basically, with their action. Unless you want to do any more sort of role play element or any sort of questions or thoughts.
Would it be possible for me to lay down the guy from my shoulders before we
Oh
start?
yeah, you could do that while you're talking. You can simply.
Or would it just out of like would I be able to climb with this guy on my shoulders?
That would be a very difficult test. You do you have like a climb ability?
I do have Protean 2 with the climb.
With that climb thing, yes. So I would say it's difficult, but because you've got that climb thing, that gives you extra bonuses. So it'd still be a roll. Though.
Hmm. You know what? I'll try that. So I won't pick him down. She'll just turn around and we'll try to climb the wall.
Okay, so we'll do an initiative first, and this is to represent whether you go first or they go first, and how quick you are. So that would be a dexterity plus composure. Or athletics as well, I think.
In initiative.
Yeah, it's initiative. I think it's composure plus dexterity. I think that's the roll. Plus a D10.
So dexterity plus composure plus a D10 and plus athletics?
No, I'm making that one up. Sorry. No, it's composure and dexterity plus a D10.
Totally fine. So that would be 1. So I have initiative of 9.
Ooh, okay, right. I'll roll for them. Let's see what they get. Okay, so it's repeat as 1d10. Oh, of course, they got the higher. So it's 8 plus the 4. So yeah, their initiative is 12. So they will have high initiative to you. So we'll represent this that you're trying to move away or you're trying to escape, but they're going to try to run at you and jump on you. They're still a bit of a distance away, so it's going to take them a turn to get to you. But what this represents is they'll gain a bonus dice in the turn for you to escape. They'll gain a bonus dice to try to attack you.
All right.
Escape. So that's their turn. Their turn is simply their first turn is to try. It's bizarre. They move so quick and so fast, especially for mortals. You see them jump over the cars. You see them sort of dance and backflip, and they seem to be very light, very agile individuals. And they seem to approach you, and even as you climb or try to climb, they seem to catch up with you, or at least keep pace with you. But we'll do a roll now. So this will be your turn. So we're going to make this a test of contested roll. So this would be your dexterity or strength, whichever one you want to choose, plus athletics.
Okay. And just to move faster, Emily will use celerity.
Ah, yes, you may do that. So you can spend a blood point.
She does.
And that will double your movement. And to represent that, I will double your success rolls, just to represent the fact that you're...
Okay, and my strength plus athletics is a dice pool of 10. Are there any minuses?
Wow. Okay, so it's 10, but you are carrying a heavy person, so this would be a -3. And due to difficulty of the structure as well, it's not like railings. You're literally climbing up the windows and climbing up the brickwork. So that's an additional -2. So I'm going to say -5. It's a very hard test because you're carrying someone.
But I do actually have 2 successes. Yeah, I have 2 successes.
Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. So these individuals, they will get their strength plus No, yeah, strength plus, yes, it's 3 plus 3. And I'll give them an extra 2 dice bonus to represent the fact that they've moved. And they're not carrying anyone, so their dice rolls will be a bit higher. They will roll 7 dice as they kind of jump around and start climbing.
But that was double my so that's 4 or what?
You have 4 successes, yes. So they
Oh,
need
okay.
to at least get 4. 8, let's give 8. So 8 dice. Oh, okay, 2 10s, 2 10s. Oh, so you jump, describe away as you flee the scene, but they don't manage to catch
like
up with you.
Emily just has done she's done her best of tough talk. It's very bad because it's Emily, so yeah, she's not very witful in that any regard. But she just, as she sees, it's probably like they're just waiting to see who moves first, and as they begin to just set into motion, she turns around and she just, having this guy on her shoulders, just trying to balance him, she will just, with one arm and both legs, just begin to maneuver up the, like, she'll make a jump, a little bit of jump, as much as she can, and begin to climb up the wall. And it will look strange because not only is it this, well, okay, it's a large woman, sure, but she's climbing up a building's wall with not that many things in it, with a man who's not like his regular size, which is pretty big, on her shoulders while she's climbing up something that is not really not easily climbable. It will look borderline unnatural, honestly. I would say so because, yeah, this will look a bit. But she actually does begin to make her way up, and yeah, she begins to climb, and it will probably look a little bit like Spider-Man because she actually sticks to the wall fairly easily. Very easily. It's not like she's grabbing anything. It's almost like she's climbing like Spider-Man would up the wall. It's very slow compared to him, but still.
No, it's as you jump, and then impregnate yourself on the wall. You damage the wall. You sort of clench your fist and hand on the wall and climb up quite again very easily. And it's as if something is holding you onto the wall, attaching you to the wall as you climb. These other individuals they're stalking you. They're very agile, very quick. But even if as they jump and even as they kind of try to climb with you, one or two of them throw sort of like these daggers, these sort of like little knives, but they don't quite hit you, or they miss, or you kind of just jump out of the way, or you slide to the left, slide to the right. And there are 3 of them, and they don't quite keep up with you. And as you climb against one of the windows and climb against one sort of a railing with some pots, you even sort of throw 1 or 2 pots down at them and cause a distraction and long enough for you to jump onto the other sort of level. But finally, you reach the roof. You just gained to the rooftop, and they got caught up with you, but they are just literally behind you. They're just about to climb up beside you, and 4 mortals. They are very quick. Normal mortals would never be able to climb this fast, but you are definitely more advanced, but better, stronger, more powerful. And you presented only on a rooftop, London rooftop. And you see before you, kind of to your left, more buildings, to your right, more buildings, and in front of you, the street itself that seems to lead to a larger a gap along the street to another building in front of you.
Yeah, Emily will go along, like she will get to, you said, to a more open area, and then the other route was what?
Yeah, so you look to your left, there's more buildings that go along. Look to your right, there are more buildings. And in front of you, there's kind of a big gap where the street is and more buildings in front of you.
She will run to the left.
Okay, as you run to the left, we're going to do another roll to represent the fact that you're trying to outpace these individuals. And you'll be under fire as well, as someone is sighting you as you get onto the rooftop, and they will be shooting you as well. So we're going to do 2 rolls at the moment. One will be your athletics and strength. I think dexterity for this, because this is more about trying to dodge and move around the rooftop. And it will be a roll for them and a roll for someone trying to shoot you.
Dex, athletics, and yes, I will roll the dex. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's bad.
Okay. Well, we don't know. We have to roll for them. Hold on, just plugging something there. So we'll roll for them. So we'll see what happens. So this will be them. So Dex will be 3. Athletics will be 3, and we'll just make it a 6 dice. Oh, there's a few 10s there. Looking exceptional. Oh dear, it's an exceptional as well, I'm afraid. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 5. Yes, that is an exceptional for them. So to represent that, they chase after you. Now, you're faster. I won't do the other roll because I think the exceptional will make something happen here. So you run along the rooftops. You jump, you flee. You've still got this body in tow. It's still weighing you down slightly. And as these 3 hooded individuals seem to come towards you, you're outpacing them. You're outrunning them. They're breathing really heavy. You can sense them sort of being quite tired. But then suddenly you just hear that same high-pitched sound, that same noise, as a bullet comes straight through your leg and hits, and it causes just the 1 bashing damage, but it's enough to just make you trip, to make you fall, to make you sort of roll over and then drop the body and drop yourself. And these individuals do follow up, do sort of manage to catch up with you. And it's only 1 bashing damage. It's nothing, but it's enough to delay you, enough for them to suddenly surround you, to get around you. And they're keeping a distance from you. They know how dangerous you are, and they seem professional. They're waiting for you to make the first move, as it were. And you hear one of them as they look to you as you've kind of fallen over, and as you're holding your leg, they just sort of the main leader figure sort of says to you like, "Oh, you're fast. I'd give you that lot, but your luck's run out. Go quietly. Don't make a fuss."
I'm currently, I am surrounded, right?
Yeah, there's one one in front of you, one behind you, one to the sort of right of you. They've got in a triangle. They're about 1 meter or 2 apart, and they're still within these blades, but they're waiting for you to make the first move.
What I'm going to try to do, she's going to try to grapple one of them, but then she's going to try to grapple them over the roof and fall down with them.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I just to remind you, you may use your celerity to perform an extra action per turn, up to your celerity level.
Well, can I try to throw them off the roof?
You can definitely throw one of them off the roof if you want. You can literally just ram.
Yeah, I'll try and do that, and I'll use celerity.
Okay, so celerity will give you an extra action per turn, up to your celerity per scene, and it costs a blood point. So you may try to literally smash one of them and throw them off the roof, and then attack the other one, or another one if you wish.
Yeah, what is that? Dex or strength?
This is pure strength and brawl, and I'm happy to give you an extra 2 dice to represent you just fully going out, but you won't have any defense this turn. That's kind of like
That's what you do. So
entirely up to you. So yeah, if you can do so it'd be a strength and brawl.
yeah.
But to try and push them over the ledge or push them over, I'll minus their strength.
Okay, so what is that in total?
So let's say for you, be a penalty of minus, let's say -5, just to represent. It's quite difficult to try and just knock them one down in one go like that.
That is 4 successes.
Wow. There's 2 exploding as well. Oh, that's 5. That's exceptional. So yeah, you
Bye.
the leader. Let's simply say it's the leader, the main leader of the group, looking at you, and he starts winding his blade up. He starts like curving out in the air, and is waiting for you to do your thing, and just simply smiles and describe what you do to him. Exceptional success.
Yeah. Emily is sitting there. She's just getting up, looking at the 3, and then she just looks at the leader, and she will pounce. This will be not like a house cat, but like a larger, like a panther or a tiger or something. Like she will just get down, and then she will just almost like, yeah, fully body will just go for him, and just in one motion, she will just take him by his neck and ass, and will simply just throw him as much as she can to the ledge of the building. And yeah, Emily is strong, and she is also kindred. So yeah, she gets a hold of him and throws him off the roof.
You just smash straight into him. All that rage, all that strength and blood and power, just smack into him like it's the equivalent of a car going at like 60 miles an hour. And as you do this, you can feel his chest, his ribs crack, his organs like crush, and then he just flies into the air with this look of shock and surprise at how fast and quick you've moved. And he just flies through the air, and you don't knock him over the edge, you knock him flying, and he actually hits the other building across the street. The sheer brute force and strength and power. And you hear the brick, and you hear glass smashing, and you hear someone crying out as this person's just flown through into their window. And you may perform another action because that was the one action. So you do have another action because of your celerity expenditure.
And I will try to do the same again. And as she's done it, and the 2 people standing there, probably a little looking a bit in disbelief as to what just happened.
It's all too fast. It's way too fast. You've hit it.
Like a very short will be called out as she's going for the next one and has 2 successes to do it. She will just hear a "Who's next?"
So you hit the other individual. Now he goes down. He flops down onto his back. And you do cause 2 bashing damage to him. He's not knocked over the edge because he's more to the right, and we'll simply say he's not further down the building. So he flies back and he lands on his back, and it's 2 bashing damage. And there's a bit of shock. That was like instantaneous. You've just taken one out, smacked the other one down, and as you scream that "who's next," one of the individuals who's really quite unsure, a bit shocked that he will launch at you. He will try to attack you. And he will attack you with his blade. And you do still apply to your defense. So what is your defense, please?
My defense is 4, but I think you said that I don't have a defense in this round. Just
yes, if you spent an extra 2, yeah, you don't have any defense this round.
Just
you gained extra knock everyone else out. So you don't have any defense this turn. So this person, it's because you did that so quick, you've knocked one out and the other one's been wounded. This individual is just simply going to go behind you and strike at you as hard as he possibly can because of just the surprise of what's happened. And he's going to roll. So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's 6 dice, and he's going to be hitting you with a weapon that causes 2 damage. Oh, you're so lucky. He swings at you. He tries to hit you, but because of your speed, because of the the sheer horror of what's just happened, that the weapon completely misses, and it kind of strikes the ground like just behind you, and you hear this clinking sound. And the individual's a bit, he's too much shock, too much panic. He's not sure what's going on, what to do. And but then he begins to raise the weapon to try and hit you again. And we'll simply say this is the next initiative. And they roll top initiative, I think, because it was exceptional and what's going on. We'll see you can go first. So we have one individual who's about to get up and attack you, and this other individual who is just in front of you, trying to attack you. What do you do?
You said before that I can't smell them.
Yes, you can't sense them, you can't taste them.
Would it be so that she would put two and two together and think that this is the same as when they met someone in the tunnels?
Yes, definitely. The exact same feeling, the exact same sort of presence. Even their fighting style, very similar.
Okay, that's fair. Emily will just kind of. She is still somewhat low, and this fighting is something that gives her, surprisingly enough, a bit of calm, as she will just look to the guy who just tried to hit her, and she is going to try to bull rush him again and throw him off the roof.
Okay, so this is a bit more difficult because he is engaging you, he is fighting you.
Sure.
So we will apply his defense, and you're going to need so many successes to push him off that roof. I have a number in my head. So we'll simply say strength and brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we'll make it, strength and brawl, minusing his defense, which is 3.
Okay. And the target was?
Let's say 3 successes to push him off the roof. At least 3 successes.
That's 2.
There's 2. It does explode. Oh, no, it's 3.
There's 3.
So you get this guy, and bam, similar thing. He's trying to resist you. He's trying to hold back against you, but you just like grab him and force him upright and just push him, and he flies off the roof. It's not as violent, not as forceful as the first time you did it, but it's enough that he lands, and he lands like on a railing or some uncomfortable material, and he's going to be out for a good couple of turns. He's not going to come back. And you hear him crying out in pain. You hear sort of moans and grinds. And there's just you just sort of standing there with the moonlight beaming down on you, the sort of rooftops exposed, this heavy rain beating down on the scene. And we will do another roll as this other person is going to try and attack you. But you do apply your defense because you're aware of him approaching you. You're aware of him coming towards you.
So that would be 4.
So your defense is 4. So I'm going to roll 3. No, God Almighty! There's terrible rolls tonight. So this other individual,
except for getting in close to me.
He gets in close. He swings. And as he does so, you dodge, you weave, and you manipulate the situation. But this guy is definitely more on top of the game. He's definitely more aware, and he will be going at you again. And the other individual is not dead. He's kind of very wounded. The first individual is definitely dead. You've smashed him right to pieces. And we're left with the next initiative. So you again are on top. And we have the scene of the moon bearing down, the rain pouring down, these rooftops sort of fight. Your beast is becoming more pronounced, more aware, more violent, and this individual in front of you seems very calm, very relaxed, and he seems very intent on killing you.
Emily will, just before she acts, she will just say, either you're jumping off the roof or I'm throwing you. And she will grapple him.
Okay, attempt to grapple. So that would be your strength and brawl to initiate the grapple, minus his defense, which is 3.
That is 2.
That's 2. Yep, so you've successfully grappled him. So you're in the grapple at the moment. And I'm trying to remember if he has to roll in his turn or whether we do a joint roll. We'll just simply say another turn goes by and we do a joint roll to represent.
I think it's he. If he wants to act or get out of it,
he can roll. Okay, yeah. So
he can roll. I think
we'll do a roll here.
Due to my fighting style, he has -2 to his attempt.
Wow. Okay. Yep. So he's going to try and do something as you grapple him, as you jump him and you grapple him. So we'll say so it's -2. I think this is an opposed roll, so this would be your strength and brawl versus his strength and brawl. But he will be -2 because of your skill. So his strength is 3. -2. Oh, so I've got 4. God. I don't think it's going to be much, but let's see what happens. No, just the 1 success, and you have 2. Yep, so he's unable to do anything this turn. So we go to you and your initiative, and I think you won the last grapple, so you can do. You've succeeded by 1.
She will now. I don't know if it gets easier for her to throw him off the roof.
You're both grappled at the moment, so he can still hold on to you at the same time. So it'd be you can do grapples. You can immobilize him. You can.
Yeah, she will immobilize him. She will immobilize him.
Okay, so you immobilize him at the moment. So you've hold him down, and he can't quite do anything at the moment. He will still try to resist the grapple, but he can't fight you or do anything else. And as you have him grappled down, and again this rain's beating down on you, the moonlight is shining, and he'll just look to you, just going, "Just give up. You're going. All your kind's going to die anyway."
Look, I don't want to hurt you. You do realize that, right? But you want to kill me, so I'm going to have to defend myself. That's what I've been doing so far, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
All your kind will be dead. It's only a matter of time. She will return. The silent.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
If not her, the martyr of silence will find you. She will take such joy in taking your head off.
I bet that person will. Until then, it's only the 2 of us left, and I think you have a date with the pavement.
Let me go, witch. I'll leave you this night.
Let you go. Sure. And yeah, she will pick him up. And she will, I don't know if you wanted me to roll for it, but she is going to try and throw him off the roof.
Okay, we'll do another roll here to represent you trying to throw him. And he's going to try and do something. So we'll simply say strength and brawl. And no penalties. Let's just see what happens. So strength and brawl versus brawl.
And -3?
Was it -3 or -2?
Before, it was -3 for throwing.
Oh, to throw him, yes. If you want to simply pick him up and throw him, definitely a -3 at least. And you'll succeed in no matter way. It's just about what happens to him.
2 successes.
So it's going to be 8. Okay.
Oh no!
Oh, 3 successes. So he's going to do something. You throw him off the roof. But as you pick him up, and you hold him above your head, and you hold him in this way, and you're about to launch him off. You feel something starts to run down your hands, run along your hands. And as this happens, you suddenly realize his blood is running down your hands. And he's holding this dagger, this knife that he seems to have kept on his person. And he starts to laugh and cry, "Kill me, witch. My blood will sanctify London." And your hands start burning, your hands start melting, like right in front of you.
Ah, fuck. Like, as she lets go, she's trying to dry it off in her pants, or like her pant leg, or like, ah, shit, not again. Fuck.
And as he let's just simply say you throw him or you drop him, and he kind of lands in front of you and falls off the roof, or lands on something. And your hands are burning, your hands are melting, some bone is appearing, and it's that blood. Oh, that fucking blood. And you suffer 2 aggravated damage to represent the fact that it's martyr's blood. It started to burn your skin once again. What resilience do you have, actually? Do you have resilience 2, or was it 1?
I do.
Okay, 1 aggravated damage. Sorry, I'll track that as 1 aggravated damage to represent your 2 resilience. But so it's 2 lethal damage and 1 aggravated.
But it's still, she'll just stand there for a moment, just go, fuck, not again, god damn it, and she will just stand, like, just jumping in place as she's like, the pain is just overbearing, and she's trying to drive this fucking blood off her hand, but it doesn't really work, and she just looks at it and goes, I can see my bones again. Great. Thanks a lot, asshole. She'll just shout down, because she's kind of pissed, but she goes over and finds her, well, soon to be childer, I suppose, and she just looks at him, shakes her head a bit, and just seems to be a lot more concerned about her hand at this moment. She's just looking at it, just shakes her head, and just, fuck, shit, oh, god damn it. She will find some clothing and just, like, something to wrap her arms in so it's not visible.
Yeah, you tear a bit of clothing, you wrap your hands. Again, the bone is shown on your hands, the muscle tissue, skin fragment. And the individual, the potential child, the reverend, whatever he is, he seems to be torpid. He seems to be suffering true death, but not dead. And whatever bullet, whatever thing that hit him, it seemed to just completely wipe him out, completely destroy him. You've been shot many a time, but you've never seen a bullet do damage to a kindred or a non-kindred like this. But it's hard to tell because he's not really a true kindred. So, but he is torpid, as it were. He is lifeless, non-existent at the moment.
Emily will get him up, and she won't stand around and look, because there is still a shooter somewhere, but she'll probably be ducked down and just get this guy, like, get him ready for moving on, and she will find the quickest way down somewhere where she can get somewhere else somewhat fast.
Okay, you will happily end scene as you pick up this body.
She will, before she does this, she will, when she gets into a safe place, I don't know if you want to do this in scene, she will try to feed.
Okay. We don't have to do that in scene. I'm happy to do that out scene towards the end. You may do a feeding roll once per scene, so that's fine. You can do that.
She will.
Okay, so we can we'll wrap up the scene. So we'll basically describe it as you leave and you flee the rooftops and head down into the alleyways and into the back areas. The cries of the public, cries of people as they just seen 1 or 2 people thrown off the rooftops, one individual smashed into the windows, the bricks of office windows of a building. his kind of body or corpse, like sort of smashed into office furniture, crushing it. And another individual who seems to have landed on a car, the alarm beeping and alerting. But one survivor who has cut himself badly and is bleeding out, but seems to smile and sort of sings a silent prayer, humbled by what just happened, as if he's gained a right or if he's passed a test almost. And we look to zoom into another character who is simply looking on one of the rooftops, looking down a scope of a barrel of a very large rifle. And this person smiles as if, good. We'll see where she goes. And I think with that, we'll happily end scene. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this show.